Hi, I'm Pamela from Content Clarity and welcome to my channel, a channel where you can find out all the tips, tricks and advice on how to set up and run an online business and how to use your content in a way that brings you in leads and sales into your business with ease. Now in today's video I want to walk you through some of the latest Instagram changes that are coming in so that you can prepare yourself, maybe like change your strategy accordingly and how you approach the platform. There has been so many changes of late to Instagram with Adam Mosseri has, I think, probably been the most transparent that Instagram has ever been. Everything that they have done in the sort of like last months and in the coming months, they've been so open and honest about it. It's not things that have just randomly appeared. They've been quite upfront about it, which is nice. They are obviously trying to make the platform way more user-friendly, creator-friendly, and try and sort of keep the creators on the platform and stop them from flitting across to competitor platforms like TikTok, which are a bit more immersive at the minute and a bit more inclusive. So they're trying to sort of keep a hold of that and bring that element back to Instagram, which is not a bad thing. So rolling in with the first change now. Now, if you use Instagram carousels at all, you will know that when you post a carousel, it can be sometimes annoying. Maybe you got the order wrong, you want to change the order of the images, maybe you want to remove one, maybe you want to replace it, you notice that there is a mistake in one of them. You now can retrospectively go back and change or remove any of the images that are in your carousel. So say for example you have like 10, the whole 10, and you want to take some of them out or you want to change them, you can now go and do that, which is absolutely fantastic. It's an update that I think a lot of people have been waiting for and requesting, so now you can go and do that. Second up, we have the Add Yours sticker. Now, if you're familiar with stickers, which you can find in the GIFs area, things like, polls, question stickers, quizzes are massive for engagement in stories. But we now have the Add Yours sticker as well, which is great because it kind of makes your story a bit more interactive. It almost makes it like a little sort of feed of comments. People can sort of like reply and sort of add theirs to your story, and so you end up with this little feed going on, this little comment thread going on in your story, which is really, really great. Again, it's just another sort of string to the bow in terms of the engagement stickers that are available, because they work really well in terms of engagement when you're trying to build relationships or build a community. So it's a really, really good way to sort of engage with your audience, get their feedback, make them feel like they are included. So if you haven't already done so, go and check it out and make sure that you make use of it in your strategy going forward. Third one we have now is something that has been really long requested and long awaited, and that is that you can now schedule directly on Instagram on your desktop. So you now post directly into there. Now you could always schedule content to Instagram through a third party on desktop anyway, so it's not an update that I personally have been absolutely dying for, because quite simply you can either use Later, or you could even use Instagram's Creator Studio to schedule your content from your desktop anyway. But if you want to directly post now directly to the platform, then you can do so now straight through the desktop version of Instagram. Now we also have an update for stories. So if you record off of Instagram, use your mobile phone's native camera, maybe you recorded a bit of video for TikTok or something like that, and you want to bring it in to Instagram stories. Now before, what used to happen is if you imported any video, it would chop it down into 15-second story segments, up to sort of like I think 4 at the minute. It used to be more, it's down 4. Now it will chop it down into 60-second segments. Now they are rolling this out, so if you're like, I don't have that yet on my profile, then do sort of watch this space for it. Again, purely because people are recording over on TikTok for up to 3 minutes and then wanting to import that into their stories. Now you can imagine how many 15-second segments exist on there, and it's just been an absolute nightmare for people. So because of that, they've now decided to allow people to purely upload, not like live record, 60-second segments so that they can bring those videos across. So watch out for that one if you don't already have it in your account. So it just means that you can sort of repurpose content that you've used elsewhere. So it's a really good one to have up your sleeve as well. Last up, we have hashtags. Now there has been so much on the go with hashtags of late. So let me just bring you up to speed with what's been happening with Instagram hashtags. First up, Adam Mosseri came out and finally told us the long-awaited debate of whether we should be putting them in the captions, whether we should be putting them in the comments. He has come out and said, put them in the caption. So none of this like first comment thing anymore. And there's none of this like, but this expert says, but that expert says. No, Instagram has finally come out and said in the caption. So they're giving us the sort of lead on what we should be doing, not this sort of like, I've tested it on 10 clients and I get this. When Instagram come out and tell you, this is how we want it to be done, you listen, right? So it's in the caption. So if you're still doing first comment, change it, make it into the captions if you want. I think aesthetically it just looks better in the captions anyway, and it's just far easier. So there's no more of this like first comment thing, which if again some schedulers didn't allow that and that was sort of stopping you from using maybe some of the free schedulers, now you don't have to worry about that, right? So in the captions it just makes it easier. The other thing that has come out with regards to hashtags is the number of hashtags used. Now, in the past few months, we all know that, you can use up to 30 hashtags. Instagram, Adam Mosseri came out and said 11. We want you to use 11. Give it 8 weeks and all of a sudden they've come out and said, actually, we want you to use between 5 and 7. So they're now saying between 5 and 7. Now, jury's out as to how far you can maybe squeak that a little bit more. But again, when a platform comes out and tells you this is how we want it to be done, you kind of have to use that as the foundation, right? I'm still using as many as I can because as, a marketer and for reach purposes, if I could squeak a little bit more out of it, I will do. But I do think, and I've watched a lot of videos on this, I do think the reason around them doing this is because it was getting so spammy. People were using the 30 hashtags, but using them for like all manners of stuff. Now, as a business, you probably are using them quite niche, but as maybe you're like an influencer in a blogging space, for example, you're gonna just start using anything and everything to get seen. And so people were using the hashtags to basically get seen as opposed to actually using them to help the algorithm or help Instagram actually work out what it is that your account is about or this photo is about. And so it was just getting so confusing for them is my sort of take on it. So I think that they've reduced it right down to sort of force people to be more concise, condensed and niche specific when it comes to hashtags. So between 5 and 7 in the caption and make them very niche specific. So think about what it is that you do as a business, think about what it is that your audience are searching for as well, and use them quite consistently. I know this thing about changing up your hashtags all the time so it doesn't look like you copied and pasted them, but think about what it is that you want Instagram to recognize about your account, about what it is that you do, so that they can serve you up where they think that you should be towards the right audience. So that's what you need to be doing with your hashtags, thinking a bit more strategically about them and less like, oh, I'm just going to put in like Motivation Monday, so think very strategically about your hashtags. So there you have it. There is 5 of the latest updates that are hitting Instagram right now. Let me know in the comments which ones you are most excited about, or if you've heard of any other ones that are coming, put them in the comments and let's chat about them. And I will be back again soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.